Heart first leadership isn't what you say, it's how you show up, how you regulate, how you communicate, and how you execute when it matters most. We are Heidi and Ryan Sawyer, and you are listening to the Heart First Leadership Podcast.
Welcome back, friends, to the Integrated Performance Podcast. Again, I have a returning guest. My son, Colton Thomas Sawyer, is here with us again today. We had another experience that we felt like, man, this is a really important point that I think people can learn from. So we're here to share another life lesson from the training that we're doing. So thank you, Colton, for being here. Thank you for joining us. You gonna say hi?
Hi.
All right. So he says thank you. He's excited to be here. He's got a smile on his face. You may not be able to see it, but he's here. All right. So let me give you some context into why we're having this conversation. So maybe you know this, maybe you don't. Colton, about 2 months ago or so, maybe a month and a half ago, told me that he wanted to go to the Unbeatable Mind Experience, which is a 3-day mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual training experience that is put on by Unbeatable and Mark Devine and his whole former Navy SEAL crew. And we will do some homework that we have to do before we go down there. Then we'll talk about our principles and our purpose and our passions. There'll be some mental component that'll go into that. We will, while we're down there, we will discuss and have conversations about what's called 5-mountain planning, which means that you're going to plan how you're going to grow mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, intuitively, all these different components of life to be able to take on this integrated model. It's the foundation of a lot of the stuff that we do here at Integrated Performance. So this is the experience he wanted to go have. Part of the physical components of the Unbeatable experience is a couple of things. Number one is a beach torture where we will dive into the ocean and roll around the sand, and they have, little foghorn things, and it's kind of chaotic and it's fun. It's a workout on the beach. It's not as scary as it sounds. And then we'll do a plank hold, which the last time we did a plank hold at Unbeatable experience, it was 66 minutes. So I'm assuming, knowing Mark, that we will probably go for at least 70 minutes on that plank hold. Who knows? And let's see, what else will we do? Oh, yeah, we'll do the infamous ice bath as well. Those are kind of these like structural components of the mental, emotional, and physical training that happens when you overcome your mind. So when Colton asked me or told me he wanted to do it, I first off started by asking him the question, why? I asked him why, and then why, and he gave me another answer. I said, why? He gave me another answer. I said, why? And it eventually landed on this idea that he wanted to be able to know what he was capable of to be able to show other people what's possible. Does that sound about right, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So since then, I said, okay, if we're going to do the Unbeatable experience, we'll fly down there. We'll do that down in Carlsbad, Encinitas, California area. And, but you have to train. So what have you been doing for your training? I said, you have to train every day between now and then. So you're prepared. We're not going to just go down there and see what happens, right?
Right.
Okay. So we are going to do what we can to make sure that we have the experience that we're meant to have, that we're having and deriving the gift and the lesson from this experience, where it's not about whether or not you complete all the things, but it's about what?
Trying.
It's about trying. If you try, you're already what?
You already won.
You're already won as long as you're in the fight, right? As long as you're in the arena. So tell everybody here about what is your daily training has been since about 6 or 7 weeks ago. What have you been doing every single day?
I've been doing a cold shower every day.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing mindfulness training.
Mm-hmm. Which means what? What does mindfulness training mean to a 9-year-old? What do you do when you sit down and do your mindfulness training?
Full attention training.
Bring your full attention to the present moment. Okay. So you follow your breath, you notice your thoughts, you let them go, you concentrate, you use concentration practice, you even potentially do like some box breathing. We've done some box breathing. We play with different things, right? Mm-hmm. And then we do some visualization too, right?
Right.
What do you visualize?
I visualize me being Spider-Man.
So you have this desire to be Spider-Man. And so you imagine what Spider-Man feels like, what he's doing, like he's brave and he's service oriented and he's can shoot webs and all these cool things. And so you actually rehearse in your mind's eye being Spider-Man, flying from building to building with using your
things.
Your things. What is it called?
Web shooters.
Web shooters. Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's for
your webs.
Yeah.
Your webs. Yeah.
web shooters.
Okay.
Same thing.
So you train in mindfulness. Good. What else? So you do ice bath, mindfulness training. What else?
I do workout.
Yep.
3 days a week.
At least 3 days a week we do a physical workout.
Some usually one time I did every single day of the week.
We just happened to hit every day, didn't we? Yeah, we were on point that week.
Sometimes I do 4, sometimes I do 5.
Yeah, but 3's your minimum.
3's my minimum.
You know what your minimums are.
Yep.
Yep. So every day minimum, no matter what, is cold exposure, mindfulness. Do you do any journaling or do you read any sort of statements?
I read the statement on the fridge.
What is that? What's the statement on the fridge?
What do you mean?
What is it? What is the statement that's on the fridge? What is it?
It is
Go ahead. What's it called? My
personal mission statement.
Your personal standard statement, personal mission statement, same thing either. So this statement says who you are, who you're being, how you treat yourself, how you treat others, what you're showing up, how you're showing up in the world, right? Mm-hmm. Truthful, honest, hardworking, good listener, all these different types of things that you have on your personal standard statement. Awesome. So you do these things every day. What is it that you do once a week?
I do ice baths.
An ice bath. So we fill up a tub outside, a little horse trough thing, and we put a bunch of ice in it. And we've been adding more and more and more ice. Okay. So the goal is to dunk our head for 10 seconds underneath the water, hold our breath.
4 bags of ice.
With up to 4 bags of ice. Costco bags, not small, not party ice, but Costco bags. Not party ice.
Party ice is like half a bag.
Yeah, or even less. Okay. So this last week, we are at 2.5 bags. And it's getting colder, don't you think? All right. So we didn't worry about dunking our head this last week. Tell me about your experience and what did you learn? So first tell me about your experience of being in that ice bath.
Okay. Well, it was cold. And, but
it was cold. Well, that's good. All right. Because it's an ice bath.
It's in the very starting, right when I got in it, my mind just went straight to getting out.
Your mind's instantly telling you, don't do this. Get out. This is dangerous. Yeah. Okay.
And then you were in there with me.
So I got in with you to help support you. Yep. To help regulate your, this is an important component of understanding. Like when we have mentorship, my job is to regulate myself so you feel safer to be able to lean into that unknown experience, right? Okay.
Right.
So I'm in there with you. Keep going.
And it started to get really, really cold. And
then, so when it's really, really cold, what is the experience that you're having? Does it tingle?
No.
Okay. So what does it do? Is it sting?
It stings and it hurts.
It's like someone's like stabbing your skin a little bit. Like it really, really stings, especially your feet and your hands. Yeah.
And it hurts like inside of my ribs.
Yep.
And then once I went and then it got really, really, really cold and it really started to hurt my ribs. And then I just went through that. And then right after that, it got easy.
It got easy. So there was this moment in time where it went from you were experiencing all this resistance and your mind is telling you all kinds of things to the point where like you're kind of emotional. I mean, people may we even posted a video on social media. So you can go check out the Instagram account and you can actually see us. We created a reel where initially you're kind of fighting it a little bit. And then I grabbed your attention. I said, look at me in the eyes. Let's focus on love and let's control our breath. And then we started to chant. What did we start to chant?
Hoo yeah.
Yeah. Easy day.
Hoo yeah.
Easy day. Piece of cake. We got this. Hoo yeah. And you started to like awaken this warrior inside you. You started yelling at me. You're like, easy day. And you're yelling at me and you're almost were getting mad and frustrated with this resistance, but you overcame it. And on the other side of that resistance, and we'll talk about what that resistance is in just a moment, you had this experience that it was easy. So what'd you learn?
When you
talking to the mic, son.
You have to get past the hard part on anything to get to the easy part.
Okay.
You have to go through this period of time where it's hard. And then right after that, it's going to be easy. It's going to be like, it's going to go from freezing cold water to boiling hot water.
To feeling like it's just normal. It's like it's actually
like bath water.
It feels like bath water.
So
at
then,
some point, it feels like bath water. So you're just like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, why do you think it's so hard in the beginning?
Because right in the beginning.
And this is not just an ice bath. This is new experiences in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right in the beginning, the mind tends to like it thinks it has a higher chance of you getting out because you just got in. So that means like the mind will be like, well, he just got in, so it'll be easy for me to get out. So because he hasn't fully done what he was planning on getting into it to do.
So you think the mind's better at justifying and rationalizing and kind of trying to talk you out of it in the very beginning. Yes, so the chatter is really, really loud right at the beginning. So let's do a little bit of brain science. Okay. What's the brain's number one goal? Is to keep you what?
Safe.
To keep you safe, to keep you alive, right? To conserve energy. So if you're doing something new and different and unknown and unfamiliar and uncomfortable, what's it going to do? It's going to process that as a what?
As a danger.
As a danger, as a threat. That's right. Threat. Because it's going to take energy to go through it, which is that resistance is going to show up. Right. And it's going to tell you, don't do this. It might even tell you some really weird things like, oh, you're not strong enough for this, or you're not tough enough, or who do you think you are, or you're not good enough for this. What do you think you're doing trying to go to unbeatable experience at 9 years old? Right. So you have a choice at that point. This is why we call it a choice point. Daddy wrote a book, called Choice Point, right? This is why we call it a choice point, because now in that moment, you have a choice to listen to the narrative that's happening in your mind, which again, I want to make sure people understand human nature. Your brain is wired this way. Your brain is wired for survival. Your brain is wired for survival to such a level that it's wanting to conserve energy, and anything that's unknown or unfamiliar, it's going to process as a threat, which means it's going to try to find ways, very cunning ways, to get you out of that ice tub, to get you out of that experience, no matter what it is.
Ribs, basically, like
it feels like it
really, really hurt.
Yeah, it feels like it.
And
yeah,
like your mind tries to make you hurt and tries to find really, like what you said, really, really, cunning ways to get you out of whatever you're doing.
And you're talking about, so there's mental resistance. You're talking about the actual verbiage that's happening in your mind that's saying, get out of the tub, Colton. This is scary. Don't do this. This is going to hurt. You can't overcome it. And like, if it hurts this much now, it's going to hurt more later.
Yeah, that's the main thought that the mind goes to, because if it hurts this much now, well, then it's going to really hurt later because you've been in it so long.
Right. The longer you stay in it, the harder it's going to get. Right. Because the mind, now understand this, for survival, it collapses time, meaning if it hurts this much now,
it's going to hurt more later.
It's going to hurt this much forever, if not more later.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this could be socially, like even if one of your friends don't like you or that reject you of some kind, like tell you that you're, being a dork or whatever, like you're going to think, oh my goodness, like my friends don't like me. I'm never going to have friends. Like you can see how the mind plays these tricks and says, when something's hard, it's going to feel like that forever. It's the mind collapsing time. It's just doing that to help you survive. This is all part of why we are still here as human beings. It's because it's helped us stay alive. So you just acknowledge it and show it compassion and say, not today. So how do you override that in that choice point, in that moment? How do you override the natural tendency of your mind to be biased towards weakness and negativity?
So how do you
overcome it?
Well, you want to silence it by like, if you're like being still,
Being still.
Even if you're in ice bath, you can try to sense it by being still inside of the cold water.
Yeah, you can go inward. Mm-hmm. You can go inward and you can find that part of you that is not afraid, that never doubts, that's never scared, that just knows that you're going to be okay, right? That's that safe harbor we talk about. So we find that part of us in our meditation, right? But now you're in the ice bath and that's not working. Now what do?
We are all leaders. If you're ready to stop waiting and start impacting your environment in a powerful way, we want to connect with you. Click the Book Now link in the show notes to book a call with a Heart First coach and discover what Heart First leadership can look like in your life and in your environment. Now back to the show.
Then there's a couple ways to do it.
What did you do?
Well,
what did you do this last week? Just tell me what you did. What did you do?
When it got hard.
Yeah, what did you do? What wolf did you feed?
The courage wolf.
And how did you feed the courage wolf?
By pushing through it.
And how did you push through it? Did you just start to say, "Oh, this is hard"? Did you accept the fact it was hard and then feed positive narrative, or did you go, "This is hard, Dad. It hurts. It stings," and then just keep feeding that negative narrative? Like, what did you do? Tell me what you said to yourself that actually helped you to overcome.
Well, I did that chant that you and me were
Which one is
about.
what? Yeah, so you did the chant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we started to chant, right?
Right.
Well, so I said, "Easy day."
And then I said, "Piece of cake."
All right, and I say, "Hoo-yah."
And then I said, "Easy day."
Easy day.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Got this.
We got this.
Hoo-yah.
Hoo-yah. Right? And so that helps to distract your mind, give it something else to focus on, and it helps you to overcome. Now, here's the thing that's interesting. You then gave yourself this reference point. On the other side of a struggle, on the other side of resistance, is things become easy. Now, here's my question to you. Do they become easy because you are now tougher? Or did you just get better at being uncomfortable?
You just got better at being uncomfortable.
Oh.
Of course, you still are getting tougher.
Okay.
But you're also you also just got better at overcoming the mind and giving it something else to focus on instead of something that'll get you out of the ice tub.
So instead of focusing on the cold, you focus on love, you focus on positivity, you focus on the fact that the fact that on the other side of this resistance is a sense of peace. You know that here's the thing, okay, that you just got better at being uncomfortable.
Right.
So it's a practice. Being uncomfortable is a practice?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. So if you don't do things that make you uncomfortable, that cause that resistance, will you continue to be able to overcome it, or will that resistance eventually take advantage of you? Do you need to keep doing things that are hard to keep teaching you that you can do hard things?
Yes. Because it's like use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it. Beautiful. I've never heard you say that before. Where'd you learn that from?
Myself.
Okay, beautiful. So we're going to use it or we're going to lose it. Now, because of this component, now listen to something here. This is a very important point. Okay, I'm going to teach you something. Are you ready? Anything that is easy now
is going to be hard later.
Is going to create suffering later. And anything that's hard now
is going to create non-suffering later. And it's going to be easier later.
Peace later. Okay, so let's make it really easy. If I eat a bunch of candy now, how do I feel later?
You're going to have a big stomach ache.
Okay. If I eat really good now, how do I feel later?
Really good.
I feel good. If I do an ice bath now, afterwards, how do I feel?
Good.
Good. So you're building two things. You're building credibility that when you do hard things, that you feel good about yourself and you build confidence that you can do hard things. You also give yourself this reference point, right? That when you go through something hard, that it gets easier later, right? Does that make sense? Okay. So you understand that instant gratification, which our world right now loves instant gratification because of media, TV, phones, computers. We can just look something up and have the answer. We expect for things to show up right now, right?
Right.
Does the easiness show up right away?
No.
No. So what do you have to go through for things to become easy?
You have to go through
what's the big R? What's the big R word?
The big R word?
Yeah.
The resistance.
There you go. You got to go through resistance.
You have to go through the resistance of what you're used to do. You have to go beyond your regular space where you can just look something up and it's there.
Right. So you have to go into the unknown.
You instantly have what you want. But when you get into an ice bath, you want it to be easy. You expect for it to be easy. And then
because it was easy before.
Yeah.
But an ice bath is never easy. Let me tell you, when it's 33 degrees in water, I don't care how many times you've done it. It's never going to be easy, but it becomes easy once you work your way through the resistance.
Right. And
so let me ask you another question. What were you going to say? Go ahead. Tell me what you're going to say.
And, no, never mind.
Never mind. Okay. Can you then now give me another experience where, because you had this reference point of understand that when things are uncomfortable, you don't want to do it. It kind of is like, this sucks. On the other side, it became easy. Have you had other experiences like that you have now become aware of because of this experience in the ice bath?
Well, with mowing the lawn.
Mowing the lawn, what happened? You mowed the lawn recently, last couple of days?
I mowed the lawn this morning.
Oh, this morning. And you started mowing the lawn and it's like, I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do this. I mean, I'm going to have to walk across the yard 1,500 times.
Yeah. And then what happens? And then
once you just keep walking through that.
Yep.
On the lawnmower, then you start to get bored on the starting.
Okay. And
you just walk through that boredness and all those things. And then it's easy. And then you're like, oh,
I can do this forever.
I could do this forever. I could mow a whole entire farm.
So sometimes what you have to work through is not only like this resistance of something being hard and the ice stinging. Sometimes to get to the other side of easy, to get the other side of where there's peace, you have to actually work through the resistance is boredom.
Yeah.
Ooh, and that's profound.
And a lot of people are not okay with boredom.
Right.
At all.
Right. Well, boredom's boring. It's boring to be bored.
But it's okay. It's good for you to be bored sometimes.
It is? Really?
It's good for you sometimes.
Wow. I didn't know you knew that. Where'd you learn that one?
You.
Oh, I told you that one already. All right. So it's good to be bored once in a while. Allow yourself to be bored and then recognize on the other side of it, you have some contrast.
Yep.
Now you're not bored anymore. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else. This reference point, this idea that we can learn how to be bored, do something hard, still allow for ourselves to be in that uncomfortable resistance, doing something we don't want to do. I mean, here's the end of the day. I just had a conversation with a coach on the phone. Success in general, life in general, a lot of things that we do to build a business aren't really enjoyable, fun things to do. Mm-hmm. Right?
You'd rather be doing something else. How
much time in comparison for my coaching business, son, do I spend down here working on the computer, really hashing things out compared to actually podcasting and coaching and facilitating out in the world? How much more time do I spend down here more than anything else? A lot more.
Percentage?
Yeah, in a percentage.
Out of 100?
Out of 100.
Out of 10.
Out of 100.
Out of 100. Probably. And then you going around the world and
doing the other things that I do. Yeah. How much time do I spend in my office versus actually just throw out a number. You're overthinking it.
90.
Okay. So 90% of the time I'm doing the things that aren't as much fun to get to the 10% that I love, that I'm born to do, that I feel passionate about. That's very fulfilling. You think this is potentially, and maybe let's just call it 80-20 so we don't scare it. The idea. Okay. So 80-20, because most of the things in the world are 80-20. There's this 80-20 rule that show up in almost everything. What if 80% of the time you're going to have to do things that are, you're training, they aren't fun, they aren't enjoyable, they cause resistance to get to the 20% where there's this incredible amount of joy and peace and love. We just know that we have to work through things to get to the other side. And we have this reference point knowing that even though it's hard now, this too shall pass. You now know that no matter how hard something gets, what are the things that you learn? That this too shall pass.
This too shall pass.
This too shall pass. This is an incredible thing to learn at your age. I'm excited that you learned that in the ice bath. This journey of preparing for the unbeatable experience has allowed for so much incredible context and conversation in our home. Something to think about within your own home, within your own life, whether it's your family or yourself, like setting a goal that's big enough to scare you. So you have to work through the resistance of preparing for it. It's not about achieving the goal. It's not about whether or not you actually, complete the ice bath at Unbeatable in front of all the guys and in front of everybody there at Unbeatable. What's the gold that we are experiencing? Trying
and working hard.
Yeah. And who you become.
And who you become in the process.
And who you become in the process of trying.
Not like how big your muscles get or anything like that. It's who you become, who you become, like the best version of yourself.
Yeah. So now you're learning about yourself because you're doing something hard. You're overcoming it. You learn how to train your mind, which now increases your capacity to do hard things in the future. It develops credibility because you know that no matter how hard this is right now, this too shall pass. On the other side of it, you then have this reference point of this is where it becomes easy. Now you build confidence knowing you can do hard things and you can get through anything.
Right.
Wow. What if everybody knew that? That becomes our life mission, right? To make sure that everybody knows that you can do hard things. And next time you feel resistance, lean into it. Be curious about it. Accept that that's just your brain. You're not weak. It's just your brain creating narrative that's trying to keep you safe because it's wired for survival. Mm-hmm. So it's not you. You're human. So overcome it. Because the simple truth is either you're training your mind to become more resilient, more adaptable, right? To be able to evolve and to grow, or the world is training your mind to become weaker, more negative, more doubtful, and fearful. Right?
So it's like
you're either growing or you're dying. There ain't no staying the same. Mm-hmm. Somebody once told me that. Coach Zamberlin. He used to yell out in stretch lines every day. I put this in my book. You're either growing or you're dying. There ain't no staying the same. So a voice kind of like that. All right, son. Well, thank you for this conversation. You're an inspiration. Keep the work up. Keep doing it. And just know that, again, you're unconditionally loved no matter whether you do the ice bath or whether you don't, that the point of it is who you become in the process and the habits that you're creating by having big goals. Yeah?
Yep.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for listening. Remember, leaders go first. Alignment matters. And the environment that you create is the legacy you'll leave. We'll see you on the next episode.